Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Hi, good morning, everyone. Hope you're all safe at home, and we'll wait for few of your friends to join, and we'll start today. You can share this link with your friends to invite them to join if they forgot about the schedule or anything. Okay. Hi, Jagruti. Good morning. You can call me Abhi, no issues. Good morning, Lakshman. So we'll discuss about building the camera and the selection of the player today. So we already have those things readily available in the project and the scene. So we will try to make out some other things, like extending your laps of the game, extending the time of the game. Okay, so your player, or whenever you're playing your game, you will be more engaged with the game. It's 1 minute, we can make it 2 minutes, 3 minutes more. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Hi Venkat, good morning. Okay, Nataraj. What do you mean by higher GB games? Good morning, Mohana. So hope you are all connected with us in Slack also. Blender is a 3D modeling engine. You can develop game also over there, but it mostly used as a game and animation. So you can 3D model there, and you can bring those 3D model into Unity. Okay, or Unity or any game engine that you are using, you can bring those 3D models from Blender. So so generally it's a 3D modeling engine. Yeah, you can develop 3D games. Um, this session, this bunch of sessions for this summer, we designed it for Go-Kart Rush. We thought about more of you guys won't be understanding much more in-depth concept of the game development. So if you be with us, okay, till next year, or if we find any gap, okay, your academic gap or anything, maybe if practically suggests that we have to, again we have to we can take another session or two with you. I think we can plan for much more in-depth concept understanding sessions. Variable in UI for scores. Okay, I will show that today. Create variable in UI for scores. Okay, just take that into note. So okay, how about if I quickly start it's very simple. Okay, if you refer to our previous one, Okay, I will just I'll just quickly open and I'll show you how I do that. Good morning, Kaushik. Mm, so I'm going to use the previous one for answering your question. And I think it's 11:06 and we are good to start. Okay, so I'll just start with turning off my video and I will show you how you can use before that, any specific question do you have? If you don't have it for today, we can discuss that tomorrow also. You can post your questions, or if you have anything specific to learn. So if I see that learning can be completed in 10 to 20 minutes, okay, I can give you a quick walkthrough. Then I will plan that for the next session. So you can post your questions in our Slack group. Okay, you can message me privately in the Slack group, or you can post it in the general channel we have there. Okay, so that I'll get your questions and I'll try to bring up bring up something for you. So esport is it's a E is always either internet or kind of, it's related to something for system, for gathering all the people at one place via online. It's like a massive multiplayer online, um, when you play football, basketball, games like that. Touch controls are mostly it will be automatically activated when you play for your mobile phone with that. But there is some customization we need to do, which we will discuss in tomorrow's session or coming session. So I have something to complete, some minimum things to complete here, so which I will do. Okay, then after that we will directly jump into how we build our game. Okay, so here my project is open, so it's, I think, without wasting any more time, I think we can jump into the learning. So I'll turn off my video and I'll start. Over here, so if you remember, we have this scene, not this one, maybe, yeah, this one. You have this scene, or if you say demo, this one, or this yeah, assets, sample scenes, then robot. Yeah, here. So here I have coins to collect. When I collect coins, if I play, so you maybe can recall it. So the audio is okay. So I move, I can collect a coin, and it says now you have one. So when I collect the second one, it says 2. Okay, so I have everything in my script to generate points. Now the only thing I want to do is I want to show that on the UI, okay, on the screen when we play the game. So while discussing about our UI, so we seen that um, we have UI components for that. So I will just take a simple text, okay, not button or anything. So just take a simple text, okay, and that text is dual touch controls, okay. So it's on the mobile phone, it will activate it, but I want to take another canvas on top of that, okay. So UI, another canvas in which I want to make this text. So here the new text is came on the game view, okay. I want to place these text over there, okay, on this corner, okay, on the game view. So to do that, I can move the object, okay, near text. I can move it with the move tool, or if I want to stick it permanently over there, I can use this tool over there, so that it will be there only, okay. So I want it to be middle, center and middle, and the color should be white, as we are dealing with a black screen, okay. So now this text, let me make it more visible. I can use an image. So okay, let's not waste time with silly things. We'll rather just make it a bit smaller on the side, okay. And the game view, we get to see that there's a new text, okay. So we have a text, okay, text component. Now we want to change the text component to the point that we are generating, okay. To do that, if we remember, we have added our coin generation anything in this script, okay, ball script, okay. So in that script we have to and so this is the code, okay. I'll make a full screen so that it will be visible for you. And here I have audio source, coin, on trigger, enter, everything is correct. And what I have to do is on my coin is being increased, okay. I want to change the text, okay. So to do that, I have to take a reference of the text component, okay. So the text is UI text, and I want to take the reference from the engine itself, so that I have to use public access modifier, and I will call for text, okay. So when I try to call for text, it will not implicitly come, which I will call this core text. Then it says the type on namespace is not available. What you can do is we can call for Unity engine .ui.text. Now it is okay. So there are some packages and classes, okay. You have to define from where you want to use this type of class, okay, abstract class. So anyway, so we have now the text. Now what we can do is we can after having the point, we can show it on the text component or text area. So what we want is score text dot text, as it is a text type of component, is equals to what you want to show is point dot, as it's a numeric, we have to change it to a string. Okay, so close it, and it's almost done. Now I'll come back to Unity and let the script load. Okay, and now if I go to roll ball and go down here, see it wants a text type of object. Okay, so which I have inside the canvas. So the text, I'll just drag and drop it. Okay, which I can rename this text to score text. Okay, so that it is more determined that we want to reference this one only. Okay, so score text is there, so you can drag and drop it there, or either way you can select this one and any type of text object is available. Okay, you check this over here, those are available, so that's why I renamed this score text. So score text selected, and I double click on it or select it or close it. Okay, and that will be that will create a reference. Okay, now initially play, so it's neo text. Okay, it says, let's see when we touch anything. Okay, now it's 1, now it's 2, 3. Do you have any more? 4, 5. Okay, like that. So this is how you do, connect your script with UI component to show your scores. Okay, so it is it's from the start it's showing 1. So to minimize this, what you can do, you can change the script to make it update in every frame, which we don't want to do. Or either way, you can in the script in the start you can do that with in the start you can reference these two. Okay, or either way you can just go there and in place of the text, new text, you can put 0. Okay, so when the game will start, it will be 0 only. Okay, so there are a lot of customization you can do on scripting, on the text itself. Okay, so you can increase the size of this text, say 20. Okay, so these are some of the cool things you can do there. So I hope you understood or you found it interesting. Just a quick mock. So any questions about this? I don't understand. Can we add a text before the points in the screen, like pointer? Can we add a text before the points in the screen? Like point one. Yeah, you can do that always. Uh, you can make it to 0 to 1, anything. Okay, you can make it 1, so it will be always 1 over there. So initially it's always 0. So are you talking about after the game or before the game? Oh, okay, understood. So what you can do is you can duplicate this object. So there are a lot of types of way you can do it. So for make it simple, I'll just score text. You can do I'll just duplicate it, and I'll duplicated one I'll take over there, and in place of 0 it's point. Okay, now in the game view you see the point is 0. This code, if you minimize it, there, so it will move, it will look more relevant. Okay, so if you play the game, point is 0. Okay, to okay, so like this you can customize it as your own. Okay, yeah. Okay, I hope you found it interesting. So let's save and close this project, and we will jump into this project. Okay, and so here I will just quickly show you how we can change the laps, or if you already worked on it or played it, you have seen that the laps size is limited. It's just a round. Okay, just one round and you finish the game. So you can make it more interesting, like you can increase the laps. Okay, and you can just simply I'll select one track box from here. Okay, I'll just duplicate it. So selected this one, and I will control D. It will be duplicated, and I can take this there. Okay, so alright, so like this you can increase the lap size. So there is a curved track. Okay, so I don't want it. I will, so it says the name is module track. Okay, over here, which I want to deactivate. Okay, which I want to deactivate from here. So I select the object and I can deactivate it. So the hitch, I'll just duplicate it again. I'll take back in the middle. I can make it join with this one and this one too, but stretching it, you'll see there are it's works very fine. Okay, Now my lap size is like, if I start from there, okay, player has to always go through here and into there, okay, and let's see what happens now. Okay. uh, okay, now you maybe you won't feel that, you know, you have crossed the lab line from there. Okay, the lab is ended, I can't go there. Okay, so anyway, what I can do is, similarly as I joined from this side, I can join that from this side as well. Okay, and there are other ways to do it, and the end position. Okay, so end is like, if you complete 3 of these, okay, so that would end your lap. So the last one is this one. Okay, so there these checkpoints over here. Okay, so this is, I need to rotate it. I'll just select this one. Okay, this checkpoint is selected, if you see. So I have 3 checkpoints. Just collapse this one. There I have 3 checkpoints. Okay, and this one I need to rotate to make it look appropriate. Okay, so I can select it, and I see it's a minus 45 degree. I can, this 45 degree I can make it 0, so it will, so the rotation will be 0 0 0 and will look appropriate. And I just need to move it further from there. Okay, now this is the one. So I have 1 2 and 3. So this one I want to move to the end. There, I hope is well placed. Okay, let's play it again. Mm, I'm horrible player, I know. Okay, all objectives completed, it says. Okay, so I have 3 checkpoints to collect, and I've collected those, and now I've won the game. Okay, so I can go and play again, and I want to stop. And here I have 3 checkpoints. What if I have more? Okay, so I have 1 2. So here I don't have any checkpoints, and I can add those. 1 checkpoint from here, so this is second one there, over here, so I can duplicate it. So Control D, so this is the duplicated one, and I will move there. Okay, And if you want to add more, you can do. I'll duplicate it again and move it to this point. Okay, perhaps it's going under this slab. I'll move it like this. Okay, okay, so here also it's not the end of it. You can always, you know, join much more, you know, uh, this this track. Okay, so I've carved track over here. I'll just see from where it's coming. Select it. So it's assets, carting, modular, track, kit, and prefabs. Okay, so I can add curves. Okay, just drag and drop it there. Okay, like this. Now what you have to do, you have to rotate it. Yes, sorry, I have to rotate it from the Y. Okay, and maybe I'll rotate it like -180. Okay, so the figure will be round, and it looks like I'm overlapping with this one. Okay, and which I don't want. So if I can find one which will make this line go away, you just have to check. So you can add bumps. Okay, so in place of this one, if we just delete this one, and here if you want to add any bump, like say you are going under a house, you want some bump to be added, so this one I will delete it. Okay, and so I want to add this one over there. So these are like humps. Before you have like near to the house, there will be humps, and you have to cross this one. And perhaps it is not joined. Okay, so it looks appropriate. Okay, anyway, so on your in your system, you can, you know, make it look more appropriate, and like there should be no gaps. And if you're seeing these kind of gaps, you can always stretch it a bit there, so that, you know, it will look like this a joint. Okay, so I've added one hump here. I can add more. So doing this kind of thing means we are adding more challenges for the player. Okay, so I can add, similarly I can add over here as well. Okay, and there are, you know, different kind of loops are there which you can use. Like if I want to add here, I think this one, if I add, it's not appropriate. If this one I add, this also not appropriate. Okay, I think this one would be appropriate. Let's see. So I have to rotate it the Y. Okay, I think this can work. So I have to rotate it by -180 degree on the Y direction, and I will join it. Yeah, so now it looks okay. Okay, now here, and there is a tree. Okay, tree box which I want to delete. and this checkpoint I have to move it somewhere over there, so I'll move it later. So let me complete this bridge sort of thing. So to do that, I have to add one straight. Okay, or either way I can add one curved one, like this one, and I'll y. Okay, so it's height is 8 and I have to rotate it this to match, and I need to move it. Maybe this should be 90, so that, yeah, so 90 is good. So now you see these two, it's joined there. Okay, and eventually maybe we could join it over there. I don't find any lap which doesn't have this, side border. If I had one, I could use that over there, so that this lap we can, join entirely over there. So there could be a loop. Okay, so now let's check. So this checkpoint, I just want to take it there and rotate it. Let's test it now. Okay, so I should have added the last one at the top. So I'll just stop it and I'll go back. So yeah, seems like this is the last one and I have to add it up there. So I think 29 is too much. I'll rotate. And there. 90, yeah. Let's play it again and check. Uh, Ravili, Ramesh, you try to increase the resolution. Okay, So what do you think? I think if I increase the size of this lap here, I think we can directly jump over there. So let me add one. Let me add one straight. This one maybe. So the height will be 8 as I did for the previous one, and I'll rotate it to 90 degree and just add it. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I need that much of the lap, and I can decrease the size from there. Let's test it again. Oh, I missed it. Okay, so anyway, so you can do it by your own way, and you can connect more labs and connect more tracks out there, and you can make it more interesting. Okay, so it will take much more time. So if you think that this 1 minute time is not enough, okay, you can change those things. So I'll let these game manager over here. Okay, uh, to change the time, okay, you have to go to the you have to go to objective timeline. Okay, this over here, this object, select this object, and here you see game mode is time limit, crash, or lapse. Okay, so we want it as a time limit. Okay, you can check out with the other values as well. So it's lapse time limit. Okay, and and delay is 5. Okay, so it will wait for 5 seconds at the end, and total time in seconds is 60. Okay, you can make it 120 to complete your entire game in 2 minutes. Okay, you can change it to 30 to make it 30 seconds. I had this question specifically from one of the Karthik. I think Karthik, if you're here, then this is how you can do it. So you go to objective timeline, and this objective timeline has a total time in seconds value. Okay, so it's 60 by default. Okay, to make your experience a bit longer than this 60 seconds or 1 minute, you can change it to 120 or 1.5 minute, like 90 seconds. Okay, and display message. So there are other things also you can do, like pass all the checkpoints before time runs out. You can display message, you can change the display message to whatever you want. Yeah, so any questions up to now, or you think this is interesting? Sensitivity of the player, you can change it. Card classic player. Okay, so the mass is 250. Okay, So the player will have the mass of 250, unit of, in the real world you can call it as a kg, okay, kilogram, like that. Okay, so this is the mass, the drag is zero angular drag, the gravity. Okay, so you can change the mass to make your player move faster, or so if you don't want that, okay, you can change other values also, like card, select the card classic player. So you want to change some values from the player, okay, so you don't need to move around other objects to do it. So if you select the card classic player, so this is the player, okay, this is your player, and if you want to change something, you have to go to the player. Okay, so select the player, go to inspector, and you see arcade cart, and it has drift grip, okay, drift control, drift dumping. Okay, these are some VFX things there. Then suspension height, okay, suspension spring. All right, so these are the values which you can tweak the values, and you can come back and see what are the effects. Max steering angle is 30, front left wheel, okay, and jump VFX, then finish drift, okay, drift grip. Okay, so there are values that which you can always change, by which your player will behave accordingly. Changing the car into bike, it's not an issue. We can do that always, and I have to have a 3D model of bike which have wheels and everything. Okay, you can always change it into a bike. So what you have to do is you have to have a 3D model of a bike to replace the cart with a bike. Okay, so you already know how to do things with this cart. Okay, you have the scripts, you have this player, you can take reference of it, how to replace these things. Okay, so here it says visual wheels are 4. Okay, so you can change it to 2. Okay, so if I change it to 2 right now, so more all the values will be gone. Okay, so I don't want to do that now. So if you see, so the elements are 3, 4. Okay, so because it's here element 3 is because it starts from 0. So in the computer science, if we go for arrays, list, or anything, it starts from 0. Okay, so there are 4: wheel, front, left, right. Okay, so in the bike we only have front wheel and rear wheel. Okay, so this is so visual wheels, you can change it to 2. So when you will change it to 2, it will become on, it will take only 2 values. You can take reference of your bike and you can change it there. Raveli Ramesh. Okay, so we have a next class day after tomorrow. Time is 11. So we are now at the third last class for these long run of summer course. Okay, so we have 2 more sessions, and we'll break apart. Yeah, you can do that. Always you have to write code to when we cross through some of the sleepy paddles, or if we add any trigger points from where our player will get some speed. Okay, you can always do that. So there are some objects to do, but to do it to do it over here, we have to write codes for that. Okay, so perhaps now I think what you can do is you can work more with these complete labs, and you can customize as much as you want for now. Okay, so if after changing all the complete visual, what you can do is you can always, so we selected this project because even if I'm not here to assist you, so there are some contents are there at the online from where you can take helps. Okay, so karting micro game, if you view tutorials, and it will open up this side. Okay, and where you will get your some of the, like, first game jam, sweet ride. Okay, so this kind of visual effects you can add, and this kind of effects. Okay, so we are not going complete in depth over here because it will take time to complete. You can add this kind of cities, you can add, and here are, contents are there which you can modify your entire game. Okay, I hope that will help to you. Any question related to whatever I have delivered till now? How you move object, how you replace slabs or anything? Position the camera. Okay, so here it is a cinemation camera. Okay, so the cinemation camera, or cinemation is a package. It doesn't come by default, you have to import it. So this camera over here, it has a cinemation script attached, and you don't need to if you use cinemation, you don't need to write any code, okay, to make your camera work. So what it has done is it added main camera. On the main camera it had a cinemation brain. Okay, and it follows the player always. Okay, and the trigger is main camera, and there are some other things you can do with this one. Okay, and the camera is placed with the player. So if you see the player, okay, if you see the player over here, the camera is behind. Okay, so the camera is viewing from this angle. Okay, so the camera is here exactly, and we are watching our card while it's moving from this point. Kaushik, it's Unity engine, so you have a spelling mistake. There should be UNITY ENGINE. So you wrote Unity ENGINR. Okay, so there is a spelling mistake. You just fix it and it will go. So I'll quickly, whatever I have done for the previous one, I think I forgot to update the script. So you know how to do it. So I'll just copy and paste it. So it's from line 24, line number 24 to 40. Okay, so I'll just copy it and paste it on the Slack. Okay, so if anyone need help, you can take from there. And remember, it's from line number 24 to 40. So yeah, this is it mainly for today. I thought you will have questions, and you have questions, but those are slightly irrelevant for now. So your question that you're asking, it's not it's not unnecessary. Those are necessary questions, and those are important questions. But we designed our course for beginners to understand. and adding much more things in the game, so the game will be heavier and we cannot cover minimum things. That's why. So if you want any in-depth concepts to be understood, um, I think if you talk with your teacher or your mentor from the practically, so in future we can see how we can bring up some in-depth concepts of the game development. Yep. So I think I've reached at the end. If you don't have any questions, or do I need to send the entire project to you as I did last time, or you are good to go with your own project that you're developing? Graphical user interface is talking about. Okay, I think now I can on my video. So talking about graphical user interface is more about your complete look and feel of an application, and UI is particularly if you talk about game engine UI, it's for your game. Okay, so the UI will be how we will be interacting with the environment of the game, or how we will be interacting with the player of the game. Okay, so the UI in the sense it's user interface, and GUI is graphical user interface. So talking about previously we understood with the terms UI means user interfacing. So you're interfacing the user, or means you are connecting the user with the system, or with maybe a software or a hardware. Okay, so that is we used to say as user interfacing. So GUI is graphical user interfacing. So you are adding images over there, you are adding much more cool text, which your software and hardware or your application becomes much more user friendly. So that is GUI. So UI in terms of game development is user interface for your game, where you add buttons, texts, okay, where you add you know mm, mm, you add hints for the player, you add objectives, you add all the textual and graphical kind of thing on the top of the layer. So user is interface layer is different than the game layer. Okay, so your 3D world is playing something, and on top of it, on top of it at the screen level, you are showing the user interface. Okay, so it's at the top of the layer, and that layer will be visible wherever you are going in the game. I hope that is understandable. I went very in depth, and I hope you understand that. C Sharp and Python classes. Okay, so if you need it for your curriculum, maybe it's always be there. Okay, but if you need it for your own purposes, or you want to learn more, or you want to understand about programming, object-oriented programming, there are some of the fundamentals things, or we call it as a prerequisites to understand object-oriented programming. We can bring up classes to you. You just have to be in a bunch. Okay, so to understand C sharp, okay, if you want it single, I don't think we can do that, but there are other sources to learn C sharp and Python programming. Okay, C and C++, that's great. You don't I don't think you need to go in depth with a C sharp or Python. You can directly start digging into the programming, because C++ concepts are much more similar with C sharp. So you try to understand the class, you try to understand the functions, okay. Read some basic documentation, like how the Unity's execution methods are there, like the awake comes first, then on enable, then start, then update, late update, fixed update. So how the execution layers are there, you understand those things. And if you know if you understand object oriented programming by now, you will understand it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session and you do some learning from it. And the coming session, I will discuss about how we can add mobile controls, or how we can build the game in the mobile. So the last session that we have, I want to keep it for a complete discussion. Okay, you can bring up your questions related to your, if you want to pursue your career into the game development, then how you can start, or in the thinking about the coming future of the game development industry, how that will sustain or not. Okay, so if you have those kind of questions, you can always questions, if you have any questions, you can post your questions to the Google, and Google can answer you. But if you want any discussion sort of thing with me, so I'll keep the last session for discussion particularly. Okay, so that is it, guys. Be safe at home. Okay, thank you.